You puddin' rejects? We're gonna watch how Birds of Prey should have ended. Harley Quinn HISHE video. Excited to check this out because of the overwhelming positive response this movie got.
Everyone loves this movie.
We're like the only two people on the internet who did not like this movie, so it's pretty surprising that we're actually doing this. Maybe this will convince us that if they did this way, we might have actually liked the movie. Let's go into it.
They say, if you want to tell a story right, you gotta start at the beginning. Or, you can just change the ending with a nitpicky video about it later on YouTube.
That's what you guys do best.
Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, is he?
We lost the diamond.
What?
I'm really sorry, Mr. S. This kid.
We never even got our hands on it.
That's not true.
What?
Shut up. Yes, it is. Don't listen to her, boss. She's lying.
No, I'm not. I had the diamond, but this fool took it from me because he didn't trust me carrying it. Then he got himself pickpocketed by a little kid.
No, I didn't. Shut up. Thank you so much.
Victor, why would you do that? Why would you lie to me? I'm going to have to ask you to cut your own face off now.
But I don't want to.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. But you don't have a choice.
Oh.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Harley Quinn!
He's using non-lethal glitter bombs! Stop right there!
Harley Quinn's taking us out one by one!
Well, Jamie, stop taking turns and group up then. Freeze!
What about?
We already know where Harley Quinn lives. Tell us where she is.
No.
We'll give you lots and lots of money.
No.
Okay, I guess we'll just go ask someone else then.
Hey, let's go bring back Harley Quinn and that diamond-stealing kid from the funhouse. Just gonna put my phone in my pocket so no private text messages jump out in the open while we drive. And we're off.
You don't think you can stand on your own, Quinn? You're not the type! You need me!
I'm the one that should be scared. Not you, not Mr. Jim. Because I'm Harley.
No, because I'm
That was great. That was great.
You're so
No, he goes-
What is that?
Oops.
You obviously have a lot to learn.
Son of a crap nugget.
Honey, what happened?
That man just swooped in and took everything.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Well, this is Gotham City. He was bound to show up sooner or later.
I really thought this time was gonna be different. Not the usual same old song and
Hey,
dance.
what's up?
Different.
I know.
Good.
Wanna get out of here? Get into some trouble?
I don't need you. Haven't you been paying attention? I got my girls now.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw you, clown!
Whatever. I don't care. See ya.
So mysterious. Travel without a cause, so it away. Resisted. Wait for me.
Harley, no.
Yeah, don't be stupid. I'm sorry, girls. He just looks like what I wanted the first time. Back together.
After the way he's treated you. Yeah, I thought you would have shot him in the nuts. So did I.
Exactly.
Oh, I'd never do that to my snookos. Besides, I was out of bullets.
A plus.
Ladies at a cafe too. That's cool.
Yep.
So anyways, your friend pooped out this diamond and said it belonged to you. So I thought I'd bring it over because, well,
Because you're
I was gonna say because it's gross. I don't want a nasty poop diamond. But sure, I am I would watch that if I were you.
Thanks.
I recruit Cassandra.
So, your rich parents were killed, and now you channel that rage to fight for it. You know what that's like. You want to know my secret identity?
Do you know who I am?
I'm saying to you, want to know who I am. Okay, so, the boys in Gotham don't like you either. Do you want to know my secret?
Barking up the wrong tree there, Batboy.
Oh, okay. So, you have supersonic voice powers. I can make my voice sound different with technology. Do you want to know? So you struck out? What?
Hell yeah, that was great.
Crisp.
I actually really admired the tone and pacing of this specific one. A lot of times more fast-paced. You usually have, especially with how Hizzy does her videos now, this is kind of likens back a little bit more to the older days where it was pretty much just focused on the one segment of how it should have ended, because he had maybe just 3 other scenes.
Yeah, you had
prior.
a couple bits, but for the most part, you just had that one ending.
But those bits were kind of just making fun of scenes and not even another version of how it could have ended in that early on. They were just like, all right, we'll just poke some holes here.
There's scenes that things might have ended differently had they gone this way, and they're also just, especially the cell phone moment.
Yeah, that's true.
It's something that drives me nuts in movies a lot of the time.
I know, but in this movie, I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And the actual play out of it in the film itself, fun to see that they brought back their version of Batman, their version of Arthur Fleck's Joker, actually led to the biggest laughs were not really the spoofing of the scenes in and of themselves, but including their own versions of how it should have ended characters in here.
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
really made it click. That Because I'm Batman line when he first showed up was such a big laugh for me.
Yes.
And it was such an unexpected moment to occur.
Yeah.
But brilliant in terms of the Hizzy world.
Oh, yeah.
And so I love the way that moment was executed. I don't remember, I watched it on my own time, didn't react to it, because I think you did that by yourself, but the How It Should Have Ended of the Joker, I don't remember what their Arthur Fleck version played out but
Yeah.
I love how this is following the I don't give a shit about life version of Arthur Fleck character. All right, yeah, whatever. Got nothing left to lose.
He's just kind of sad and down key, and he's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it was funny because when he showed up, I was like, not that they're a perfect match, but I can see them getting along a whole lot better than the Jared Leto Joker and Harley Quinn.
Well, the balance of them, you do put into
Yeah.
that light of you have this more reserved version of an Arthur Fleck kind of Joker,
Yeah.
and then you have the really kinetic version of Harley Quinn. And
Yeah.
there is this weird thing where, actually, they would balance each other out.
And I bet that he would probably, if he actually learned to like her, he would probably just care a lot about her. If any of that Zazie Bates plot line is to be believed, he clearly wants somebody to love and take care of.
And I thought that was such a brilliant beat of when she's laughing, and then Arthur Fleck doesn't know how to respond, and then he just goes into his uncomfortable laugh that he has throughout the movie.
It's perfectly on pitch as far as knowing your characters in the movies they came
And
out
the
of.
timing and rhythm of that was absolutely perfect. And watching Batman hit on all these girls. I mean, there's this part of this that makes sense. This is Gotham.
Yeah.
He's bound to appear, right? At some point during this. I mean, I think in terms of movie version, you don't want that. But in terms of, some logic here, I bet Batman's bound to show up at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, him hitting on the girls was, a hilarious moment. They've really fleshed out this Batman character for the Hizzy world. He's not exactly Will Arnett's version of the Lego Batman movie, but this version came before that. So if anything, the Will Arnett version aped some of this version.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can count on the fact that Hizzy, just the meme of I'm Batman and all that stuff, has to have seeped into the cultural consciousness enough that it had influence on Lego Batman. At the very, very least.
I don't even recall the exact connection with Huntress in the comics with Batman, because actually my first introduction to Birds of Prey was the CW show, which was shortly lived. And in that version, the Huntress character was the daughter of Batman and Catwoman. But I don't think that's how it is in the current edition. But I liked how this sketch decided to link up how their pasts are kind of similar to each
exactly
other.
the same
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. Making it a stretch when he's going to Renee Montoya being like, hey, the cops don't like us either. You know?
Yeah.
And trying, I just love that. And then finally he gets down and there's nothing in common with Black Canary.
I thought there'd be something there with some bit in here about Cassandra Cain, considering Cassandra Cain is Batgirl.
More than just pointing it out or something like that. Like actually seeing them together like later or in the Batcave.
All right, guys. Hizzy, thanks again for putting together this was a much needed laugh this morning. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to Hizzy if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Last but not least, TJ Trackus. I can see your daughter going through exactly the situations of all of the main 3 Birds of Prey characters, maybe even more than them. You know, I imagine that at some point you're bound to get murdered. Just knowing your personality, you're bound to get murdered.
Yeah.
So first, she's gonna inherit a bunch of money. She's gonna have a little bit of huntress attitude inside of her, a little bit of Helena Bertinelli inside of her. As she's going into the world, she might wanna take down the right path, do good by her mom, and do the right thing, and then go down the Renee Montoya path. But of course, she's a little bit rebellious, just like you. So she's not gonna be liked in the police department. So she's gonna quit and try to do things, take the law in her own hands by becoming a singer like Dina Lance. That's not gonna pan out so well. So she's gonna turn to love and find someone else, a criminal of sorts, and become a bit of a Harley Quinn. And along the way, she's gonna swallow a diamond.
And develop an intense love for pudding. And you can be proud of yourself because this is the legacy you've left behind, TJ.
You've ruined your daughter's life. Congratulations.
Yeah, why would
I hope
you
you're
do that?
doing well, brother.